Go.
What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Too Many Games, Not Enough Time. Now, in each episode of Too Many Games, I sit down with a friend and we discuss what games that we're playing now we're in quarantine. Now, right now, I have a friend, but most people think he is my rival. Yes, most people think that we're enemies and we're beefing, but they are my brothers. Yeah, me. It's all about, button bashers in the building. Man, like King, what are you saying, my brother?
Not much, man. How are you, fam?
I'm good, man. So, obviously, COVID-19 is taking over the world. Like, how are you coping while you're in quarantine right now?
Bro, I'm alright. I'm liking it, man. I'm chilling. I'm playing games. Me and the missus eating, cooking a lot.
Fam, the cooking, we're going to get into it a bit later, but the cooking you've been doing is looking so sick. You need to do some cooking content. You're actually ramping, fam. You need to do some cooking content because the meals, like, I can cook and I'm a good cook, but the thing that really blows me away with everything I've seen of yours is the presentation, fam.
Bro,
I
treat it like a piece of art, bro.
Presentation is proper, so you need to, while you're in quarantine, fam, you need to do some cooking content.
Say no more.
For anyone who don't know and they need to know, what are the button bashers?
Bro, the button bashers are, if I put it simply enough, a gang of gamers. It's just a man them that just wanted to find opportunity to play games together again, bro. You know, man grew up on the couch doing co-op, playing games with our friends, and then that developed to the online stuff, and then bro, man's all big 31 now. Man's not really finding the time to play games, and especially the time to play with the man them. So it was just like, it's like more of a personal thing at the beginning. Just like our own personal time, like as men, just to chill, gel, jam, play games together. It started off with Red Dead. We created a posse on Red Dead, was running around online, causing chaos, and then decided to make something kind of more serious, sustainable out of it, innit? So we created the gang, the button bashers.
That's what I love. Like we joked about it at the beginning that people actually think that we don't like each other and it's like we're enemies and shit. But if you remember growing up playing games with your brethren, like you talk to each other wicked on the game, fam. You wanna it wasn't all like nice. It was like, are you dumb? Like, man will lick off your head. It was that same kind of, so that's what it is. That same rivalry that we used to have as kids, you lot have been able to do that as a collective, and that's what we do against each other. It's that same game rivalry,
bro. Once the game comes on, like, you see friendship dynamics change. A man that man is so cool with in real life, like every day I speak to this bro on the phone, bro. As soon as the games come out, we can't stand each other. It's sick because everyone's come from like their own individual got their own like backgrounds and stories and like niches. And I'm an artist. We got 2 lighting designers. My brethren does events. We got a clothing designer, a producer, a rapper, and a DJ. So, do you know what I'm saying? Just their creatives just come together just to fuck around and play games. Fam.
Sick, fam. I love it. All right, so like we said, COVID-19 has taken over the world, and the biggest complaint about from all gamers is there's so much games and we don't have enough time. Let me take off my hoodie right now because it's making bare noise. My head's looking atrocious.
Release the chill, bro. Release.
Fam, I'm looking mad. Captain Caveman and them thing there. It is what it is. But quarantine, so much games out there. What are you playing?
Bro, right now I'm playing a bit of FIFA, pro clubs with the man them. Every night at about 11 o'clock we go online trying to get to Division 1.
Is that the button bashers? Is that with the rest of the squad?
Half of the bashers and just a couple of the man them as well. And Zelda, bro. I finally started Zelda.
So we're talking like Ocarina of Time, yeah? What are you playing on?
On the 64.
On the 64?
Yeah, I got an emulator still.
So how you finding it?
Bro, it's amazing. No, the 2 parts of it. It's amazing for the most part, but also I think it's the hardest game I've ever played.
Yeah, I think people forget, like, nowadays games really kind of guide you where you have to go. Where with back in the days when games like Ocarina of Time came out, there was no this is what you need to do. Like, it would all put you in an open world, and if you don't know what you're doing, you could spend days, hours, weeks just running around trying to work out.
I've been in the water temple for like 2-3 days, but I just got out. Like,
Fam, you see, when you told me you was playing it, what was the first thing I said to you? Water temple. The water temple is...
My brother, a couple men have said that as well, you know. Everyone said that to me. Watch when you get to the water.
Water temple, like, the water temple is the temple that will make you either be like, do you know what? I'm a gamer and I'm completing this game, or say, fuck it, I'm done. I can't do it no more.
Bro, I was on both sides. Bro. Like, man's got that little helper who pops up, but he doesn't really tell you much.
Yeah,
he just kind of just throws man into like a weird state of confusion. They give you one dead little tip, and you gotta just sit there and work, bro. Every room I go into, I get my hook shot.
Yeah.
I get out Ocarina. I'm like, cool. How do I get out of here? Let me try hook to stuff. That over. Let me play every song on Ocarina. That over. Let me drop a bomb. That's like, I think of everything I could do in every room. It's a madness, bro.
But tell me that game doesn't feel satisfying when you work out a puzzle. When you've been trying to buck your head and then you figure it out and you hear the little charm. You don't feel like the man.
No, honestly, bro, like, there's not been a moment of pride in the game that I've experienced like this. Like FIFA's dope, and I love it when we win a league or a title, we get promoted. But to complete a puzzle in Zelda, because bro, it's just you sitting there, your computer and your pad, and you're just trying to work out how you get out of this room, or how you unlock this door, or you got to shoot the bow and arrow through the fire so it hits the other fire, because you no longer have the Deku sticks because you only have them as a child. Bro, the game is mad.
Obviously, for anyone who hasn't played it, I'm going to drop a big spoiler. So if you haven't played it and you plan to play it, move forward on the video. But how did you feel when you got the Master Sword and you went from Child Link to Adult Link?
Bro! So, bro, it blew my mind. Because I thought I'd completed the game.
Yeah.
Because I beat Ganon, what's his name? Ganondorf, is that his name, Ganondorf?
Yeah, Ganondorf.
So I'm like, yeah, I beat my man, and then he grabs the sword, and I'm just an adult. 7 years later, I go back to my original forest. They're like, Ray, you kind of look like my bread that used to be here. And I'm like, bro, it's me. Like, bro, and there's so many things I wanted to do in the game that I didn't do in the past, and now I'm 7 years in the future. So I'm like, Ray, I wanted to go do this and that, bro. I just like, it's gone. And then I go back to that same place because I'm just running out of things to do, and I can go back into time. It's a madness.
What made you pick up Ocarina of Time? Because obviously it's a really old game. Like, it's it's like in my top 3 best games ever.
Still,
like,
ever. You've expressed this still.
Yeah. Like, you know me, I'm that Zelda guy. Like, I played Zelda and Final Fantasies are the 2 games why I'm a gamer.
You're so down.
Yeah, if it weren't for them 2 games, I wouldn't play video games.
Bro, man, we just went into a lockdown. I've just set up my new gaming machine with a retro arc, whole bunch of games on there. I grabbed 2 wireless Xbox control pads, and I thought, fuck it, lockdown, let me complete some classic games, legendary games, like everyone's top 5, top 10 that I've not played. Yeah. So after this, I'm gonna play Final Fantasy. That's next on my list.
Are you looking to play the original 7, or are you gonna play a remake?
I might draw for the remake, but I don't know, because I want to experience that best game of all time thing, innit, that everyone talks about. I might have to ask you, like, what the remake is saying, if it's touching.
The remake is sick. It's so sick. It's so sick. Do you know what? Everyone says play the original, but I feel like the original still has like banter and like the tech thing, but it hasn't aged well. That Ocarina of Time has aged well. Like, you can see the graphics aged sick, but
Yeah.
it's still lookable. Where when you go back and look at Final Fantasy VII, yeah, those triangles and squares and rectangles weren't really banging. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, cool. Question 2, and it still kind of relates to your question 1 because you've already gone back to your backlog to play a really big game. But we all complain about having mad backlogs that we're always gonna play. For example, you probably been saying you're gonna play Ocarina of Time for years and you haven't had no time to play it, but now quarantine's going on, you're actually banging it out. What game from your backlog, other than Ocarina of Time, are you planning to play?
Alright, so along with the games, I got a list of games that I haven't played that I want to play.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Final Fantasy 7. I can't remember the rest of them, to be fair. But then
have you never played 64, Mario?
Bro, I got Nintendo 64 late, so I never got it when it first came out. I got it, and when I got it, we just played GoldenEye. GoldenEye, Mario Kart, and Pokemon Stadium were like the games.
GoldenEye and Mario Kart were the game for the man them. That's what you bang out with a man them. But Mario 64 is a really good one for you to play because Mario 64 changed 3D platformers. And if you play that now, any game that you've played that's a 3D platformer since that, you'll be able to see where it created from.
Yeah, so I got them. It's them, they're the 3 games, some of the games that I've never played before. And then I've got games that I played back in the day but I was never able to complete. And do you remember Mickey Mania on the Mega Drive?
Oh my god, Mickey Mania was sick, fam.
Never completed it, fam.
Yeah.
Never. I remember the furthest stage I got was the one where he's running around the tower and I could never do it. So I need to go back and complete that. And I need to complete Dragon, the Bruce Lee story on the Mega Drive as well.
Where you play that.
Banging, bro. Sick game. And then you get 3 lives, innit? And if you lose 3 fights, you have to fight the Phantom. But the Phantom's near enough unbeatable. He's got this big stick with a blade on it, and he stomps around. He can teleport, so you have to just kind of avoid him. But it's one of the hardest. It's probably the hardest game I ever played. So them 2 games I need to go back and complete.
I think people forget how hard old school games are. Like the games that come from back in the days. Like people talk about like Demon Souls and Dark Souls and Shakira and all of those games being hard games, and they are games that are very hard. But fam, like back in the days, games were standardly hard. Like one of the hardest platformers that have ever come out is The Lion King. Like people today can't beat The Lion King. It's one of the hardest platformers, and it was made for youths. Like it weren't made for no big men to play. It was made for kids. But back then they didn't care. They just made games hard, standard.
Yeah. So man's gonna go back and do them.
Sick. All right. My third question is: we're both in quarantine. I'm in quarantine too. What game do you recommend that I should play while I'm in quarantine?
Bro, recently I completed Batman Arkham Knight. Played it.
Yeah, I love the Arkham series. So cool.
I would have suggested that.
The Arkham series is the reason why, like Spider-Man, like what's the game, the Lord of the Rings one. Like all of those new fight games stole their fighting mechanics from that Batman. That Batman fighting style, all of the games stole it from there. It's one of the sickest fighting mechanics, and you feel mad strong, boy.
Yeah. The fighting mechanic is sick, and it's not puzzles, not to the level of Zelda.
Yeah, but
it feels like a Batman movie, bro.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
The little twists and turns and that.
It's great when a superhero game makes you feel like a superhero, and I feel like Batman and Spider-Man, they make you feel like them characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
I would have suggested that. Or do you remember one of my 2 go-to games are Streets of Rage 2 and Gunstar Heroes.
So Streets of Rage is like that game that we all grew up in. I love Streets of Rage, but I haven't played it for years. I want to check out. Have you seen Streets of Rage 4?
Yeah, I played it at EGX.
What's it saying? Does it have the same feel?
Yeah, it kind of does, you know. It kind of does. Like I'm waiting for it. I don't know what's happened to it. Like, I swear,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I might get it on my Switch because it looks like the kind of game to play handheld.
Yeah, it's alright, you know. It's alright. It's alright. I'd give it a go. Or old school on the Mega Drive, Gunstar Heroes. Bro.
What is that?
It's a run and gun game.
Okay.
But it's just, bro, it's just active mental. There's just man shooting at you from all angles at all times, bro. Like it's non-stop. As soon as you pick the pad up, it's all guns blazing.
You're saying you gotta keep on your dean, like always moving.
Yeah, there's no time to slip. There's no time to take it out of the screen. It's mental. Or I've just downloaded one Pokemon game, but it's the MMO, MMO.
Okay.
Download it online, and bro, it just takes you through the whole Pokemon story from Pokemon Red all the way up to flipping Sun and Moon.
Oh, sick.
And it's all online, and you're just bumping into people, just straight battles. Not like what man really wanted from the Pokemon game.
Yeah. Well, you wanted it to really be just been battling man out there on a day.
All day long. So that's what, after Zelda, that's probably what I'm going to do next. So I'd recommend Gunstar Heroes, an old school one, run and gun.
Yeah.
MMO fam. Or even, do you know what actually, you know what you should do? Because we got the time, yeah? Have you played M.U.G.E.N?
Who?
M.U.G.E.N, the fighting game.
Nah.
Alright fam, so basically it's like a fighting game engine, and you kind of build it yourself in a way, innit? So you download the engine, and then you have to download the individual characters and the stages. But the characters and stages are ripped from like 2D fighting games. So you got Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter Alpha. You know, like what I'm talking about. All them kind of games. Download all the characters onto it, and then there's like custom-made characters that people have made as well on it. So they might have edited a Ryu to make a Goku, edited a Bison to make a Frieza or whatever.
That sounds sick.
Bro, it's fully customizable. You can download your characters, download your stages, input your own music into it, download your own like interface. So as we got the time, it's quite time consuming, but as we got the time, I would recommend you checking out M.U.G.E.N.
Is it on the PC?
On the PC, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man. Well, at the end of each Too Many Games, I always ask a creative a question that really relates to them. Now, you are a artist, a very, very talented artist. Like you say, you're repping your own brand right now on your team. Looking cold. But being an artist is all about being inspired, having inspiration, and it's really difficult right now to be inspired when you're enclosed within your four walls. So what advice would you give to any artist or aspiring artist right now to be able to be inspired whilst they can't really leave their yard?
Do you know what, I'll give two things to that, yeah? The first one I'd say is like, try not to put too much pressure on yourself, because although we got all this time on our hands, like we need to bear in mind that there's a pandemic happening outside, isn't it? And this is a situation that we've never been in before in our lifetime, we'll probably never could be in again. And the country wasn't prepared for it, innit? So I'd say that maybe not put too much pressure on yourself to necessarily be mad creative and come up with all these brand new banging ideas and throw all this content out just because of the scenario. Like, just look after yourself first and make sure that you're mentally alright and able to deal with the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
But if you are okay to deal with that, my thing is I love interviews, bro. If I need to be inspired, I want to interview on someone that's motivated, dedicated, someone that works hard, someone that's achieved, someone that's like worked their way from the ground up. I'm loving interviews at the moment, man. So whether it's based on like, I like to watch movies based on true stories and look into the individuals in the films. Interviews on like musicians. I'm watching Vlad TV interviews at the moment, actually.
Yeah, Vlad. As much as people go and snitch on themselves on Vlad, he's very good at interviewing.
Banging at interviews, bro. He draws the answers out of people, he draws it out. So, yeah, for me, I just watch some interviews. I watch some Mike Tyson shit, documentaries and interviews are what is what
Get you
gets me,
inspired.
what gets me inspired. To hear someone's story, to hear maybe some of the stuff they've gone through, and they're still here to talk about it. They're still here to carry on and keep pushing in it. I watched one documentary yesterday called The Dawn Wall. And without giving too much away, it was about when Bray was a rock climber. And he had certain unfortunate events which would have and should have stopped him being able to climb rocks again. But through sheer determination,
You were having bars.
yeah, bro, like he weren't having it. So,
Love that.
documentary interview, man.
Thank you so much for joining me on Too Many Games. Where can people find you and the Button Bashers?
You can find me at JKing The Artist across all socials, and the Button Bashers, DABUTTONBASHERS. It's us.
Below right now. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching another episode of Too Many Games. Make sure you let us know in the comments what games you are playing while you're in quarantine. I've been Mr. Midas, he's been King, and we are out.
Oh, oh, oh.